So we're going to play with some makeup. We haven't, or I haven't done this in a while. It seems like forever since I've played with makeup, really, and tried out a new product. And it's not new, but it's new to me. And I was watching my dear sweet friend Natalie, the beauty diva, and she was talking about her drugstore favorites. And she's just got some great recommendations. And I mean, she is a professional makeup artist, and I just adore her. And so she was talking about a dupe, and the dupe is the L'Oreal Age Perfected Radiant Serum Foundation with sunscreen. And I've seen this at the store, but I've never tried it. And she said it was Fox News, sorry. She said it was a dupe for the Estee Lauder Futuristic Hydra Rescue, which I adore this foundation. So this is like behind my my number ones. My number one's foundation is the Dior Air Flash and the Chanel Vital Lumiere. So, but then I love the Lancome Tint Adelaide too. So this is probably tied with that. So this is probably tied for number two. But I love this foundation. It's wonderful, wonderful. So she said that this $45 foundation was just as good as this $10 foundation. So I thought I would give it a try on my older, mature skin, because I'm much older than Natalie is. So now this is $45 for 1.2 ounces, and this is $10 at Walmart for 1 ounce. Now, the color in this, which is perfect for me, in the Estee Lauder is 2-in-1 Desert Beige. And in L'Oreal, I grabbed the Cream Beige 25 or 2.5. I can't tell. It just says, I think it's 25 Cream Beige. Both of these, in the ingredients, the first one is water, of course, and second is dimethicone. So silicone based. So to have your makeup play well, and to get the best results, you need to use a light primer. So what I'm going to do is I have pulled out my e.l.f. Mineral infused face primer, which has got dimethicone in it, so it is silicone based. But what I'm going to do, because I like a little bit of glowiness, and I love it, and I'm just trying to use a little bit at a time because they don't make this anymore. And I'm going to have to find something to probably, when I run out of this, to take its place, because I love it. This is the Becca Backlight Primer. So if you know a dupe for this, let me know. I would love to hear it down in the comments down below. So what I'm going to do is, I like to take a little bit of both. Just a little bit of that. And a little bit of that, because I love the glow, I love to glow. All right. Now, sometimes I want just a matte, and everything, but I really, I like to be a glowy skin. So I think it makes me, especially on days that I'm not feeling well, I think it makes me light up a little bit, and makes me look quite not so shallow or pale. So, but the primers that have dimethicone like this, it's just really, it's got a really nice slip to it. So I'm just putting that all over. And I am one who likes to let things kind of sit a second. I do that with any of my hair care products, like when I get out of the shower, and the first thing I do is a spray color conditioner, just a light conditioner. It's a leave-in, but I like to let it sit before I go into my scalp treatment. Let that sit for a few minutes before I go into the one of the oils that I use on my hair. So everything, I like to let some of these products like this sit a second and kind of take hold. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I haven't done any of my eyes and or anything. There's nothing other than skincare on. And of course, I did my moisturizer. I did my eye cream, and that's been sitting a while. Before even all that, I put my little eye patches on. I've been getting to where I do eye patches every single morning and put them on there and let them sit for 15-20 minutes. So after I get back from walking. So, oh, you'll see my cup? Hocus Pocus? Yes. I am I'm on my second bottle of the Coffee Mates Pumpkin Spice Creamer, sugar-free. And I'm almost out of it, and I'm going to have to get one more to get me through to Thanksgiving. But I've been on a kick of buying Jordan's skinny syrups from TJ Maxx for $3.99, and I've got probably 6 bottles in there for all different kinds of flavors, and I think 3 of them got pumpkin flavor in them. So you can make almost any kind of coffee drink you want to. Yesterday I had a chai latte. It was wonderful. All right, so that is sitting, and I don't feel it being tacky anymore. So what we're going to do, we're going to put one on one side of the face and one on the other. And then I'm going to use the same product to powder or to prime my eyelids and to under my eyes. And then we're just going to take a look at it and see what we got. So I'm going to start off with the Estee Lauder. So we're going to do the right side with the Estee Lauder. And I'm going to try and keep it over here on the right side. See, there's the color of it. So I'm just going to place this around so you can see the color. Try and get up here close and personal so you can see. I'm trying to hope the lights are good. So I'm going to use my artist brush that I absolutely adore. I'm taking it to half my chin. And I don't use a huge amount of foundation because I really like my skin. I take so much time and effort that I put into my skin. I like my skin to shine through. So we're just going to do a half here. All right, so that is the Estee Lauder side. No side. Side. Okay. So that's going to stay on the right-hand side so I don't get confused. I'll put it back. For some reason, I keep most of my boxes. Don't know why. All right. So I'm going to grab another. I'm going to do my big paddle brush. Same artist. Okay. So we're going to take this, and so I'm going to take it. And I'm going to set it. Now, it seems to be, the other is definitely a neutral color. This says cream beige. But it seems to be just a touch of more of the yellow with it. The choices, because I didn't want to open them up in the store. But when I was playing around with it, it seemed to work. So we're just going to kind of blend to that. But the coverage, I was blown away of how close it was. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to show you girls how to save $35. Okay. I could buy a new sweater. Or 2 from TJ Maxx. Okay. Or an eyeshadow palette. It just depends on what your priorities are. So, all right. Look at that. So can you tell any difference? I'm trying to get really close, and I've got my camera on the tripod, so I'm going to try and see. Can you see any difference in it, in the color? All right, I'm going to stand back here. We're just trying to try. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to use the same powder. on both sides. And what I'm going to do is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. And I'm just going to pounce in on the face. All right, and before I finish with my powder, I'm going to go ahead and use, where is it? Oh, here it is. Milani's. I'm going to use Milani's eyeshadow primer because I'm going to do my makeup look, eyeshadow look right after this. So, all right, I'm getting just a smidgen of that. I like to warm it up with my finger. And then I'm just going to tap it on my eyelid. This is another product that I like to, all my eyeshadow primers that I have, I like to let them sit as well too and kind of take hold for a second. So what we're going to do while that is sitting up, and two, what I like to do, if I have enough left on my hands, I'm going to show you this because this is for getting ready to do when I'm prepping for eyeshadow. I like to get just a little bit as well if I didn't have enough on there. And I like to take, you know how you can put eyeshadow underneath? Well, I like to put a little bit of eyeshadow primer right on that lash line as well too. Just makes sense, doesn't it? And even here in the corner, now I'm still going to use something else there, but I'm going to go ahead and let that do its thing. So we've got powdered on the skin. Now, what I like to do, what I always do is, where's mine? I'm going to use the Maybelline Age Rewinder, and this is just in the brightener. I really don't use a concealer too much because I really don't have the dark circles going on, but I like to put a little bit of this just in the inner and just underneath. I don't go all over and do all the stuff. Sometimes I see people and it's just like, oh my God, the amount of concealer that they're using is like, it's, is it primer or is it concealer? So I guess it depends on what you've got going on in your skin. So I'll just leave it at that. So I'm just going to, this is a damp sponge, and I'm just kind of patting that in. All right, so what I have done now, I've got the powder on the face. So I'm going to go in with Milani Prep and Set. And I'm going to use, my favorite brush for this is the Wayne Goss because this is so dang soft. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to powder the eyelid with that. Now I'm also going into it with this horizontal point there, and I'm going to go in under the eye where I did that Age Rewinder, that brightener. But I'm also getting up against that lash line where I put the eyeshadow primer. So I've got foundation, primers on everything, and the powder's the last thing. So what I like to do is still, this is when I do this every time. This is the MAC Prep and Prime, and this one happens to be the coconut flavor. So I'm just going to give a couple of spurts. Gets on the eyelids, it gets everywhere. I kind of let this dry just a few seconds. I don't have one of those fans that a lot of people have, okay? Put that back out of the way. Now I'm going to take my flat, damp sponge that I towel dried, but it's still damp, and then I like to press on top of that powder. so that there's no powdery, cakey finish. All right, so here is the finished product of this foundation. Just showing you on my skin. See what you think of how it compares to the Estee Lauder side to Revlon. So, no, I'm sorry, L'Oreal. So we've got $45, $10. Okay. I'd love to hear what you think. All right, ladies, that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in my next video. But remember, ladies, what I tell you every single day, get up and show up because you're worth it. So until I see you in my next video, have a very safe and a very blessed day.